Hi and Assalamualaikum. Today we're going to present graph and chart about obesity across the world and health consequences. All of you might recognize this guy, right? He is Nico Kado Avocado. He is a mukbanger, and before he started his mukbang content, he was a very healthy and active person. However, after he started his mukbang content, he started to become an obese person and has a serious health issue. And from his story, we can learn how dangerous obesity is. So what is obesity? Obesity is a chronic complex disease defined by excessive fat deposit that can impair health. And the common causes is poor diet and lack of physical health.
Another thing, have you ever caught yourself to say, I will just take one slice only when you're eating a pizza, or just, I will take a sip of carbonated water? But suddenly, you just realize that you already finished the all portion of that food. Don't worry, it's happened to me too. Because in that times, we only focus to fulfill our satisfactions compared to have maintain a health diet. So today, we will present to you guys two types of charts. The first one is about the numbers of people who are suffered with obesity, and the second one is the number cancer cases that affected by the obesity person. This is very important to give your awareness about how serious obesity in our global world. So before we start our presentations, I will introduce myself first. My name is Nurul Syasya AIDA BINTI Abdul HALIM, and my partner is Nina ATIQAH binti OTHMAN.
So our chart is based on up-to-date, scientifically validated data from reputable sources like the Statista and WHO, and this ensuring its reliability and making it trustworthy. And the first chart is a bar graph about the obesity rates around the world, and as you can see in the graph, US has the highest percentage of obesity rates, which is 33.5%, while South Korea has the lowest obesity rates, which is 4.3%. And the Western nations such as US and UK show significantly higher rates because this reflects issues related to the fast food culture, sedentary lifestyle, and increased consumption of processed food. And Asian and Southern European countries like South Korea and Italy report much lower obesity levels because this linked to the fresh and natural foods that they have, and also cultural consumption of fermented foods like kombucha or kimchi that South Korea have, which promote gut health. As you can see, in the middle of the graph, there is OECD average, which is 80.4%, which means countries that have higher than the average indicating a more serious health issue, while the country that have lower than the average means less serious health issue and less obese person. And in conclusion, US has the higher rates of obesity and South Korea has the lowest rate of obesity, and these differences show how cultural practices, dietary habits, and public health policies play a major role in shaping obesity trends across the nation. Next.
So I will continue with the second chart that shows about percentage of global cancer cases in 2012 linked to excess body weight shown by cancer types. These data are taken and provided by WHO, which is the World Health Organization, from 2012, and just published by the International Agency of Research on Cancer by 3 years ago, which is 2023. So, based on, as you can see from these pie charts, breast cancer have the largest regions that are represented by 23.6%, and competitively with the corpus uterine cancer that just have slightly difference, which is 22.3%. And the third largest regions in this pie chart is colon cancer, which is 17.7%, and the least numbers in this data is pancreas cancer, which is just have a 5.6% compared to the whole number of cancer cases in our world. So, based from this pie chart, we can conclude that breast cancer and corpus uterine cancer are the most affected by the obesity implications, which lead just different by less than 2%. So, now we will identify why these two types of cancer being the highest type of cancer. And did you notice that two highest types of cancer are more associated with women, but breast cancer is still possible to attack for male gender. So the main factor of breast cancer is because of higher blood estrogen level. This is specifically for the menopause woman, which the ovaries are no longer to produce much estrogens naturally, but it mainly comes from the fat tissues. This is because fat tissues contains an enzyme called aromatase that converts hormones called androgens to estrogens. So basically, fat tissues are replaced the role that are before made by ovaries. So logically, for the heavy women, it must have more fat tissues. So this will contribute to produce the higher blood estrogen level compared to the leaner women. So these situations are also happen for corpus uterine cancer. But for corpus uterine cancer, the hormone estrogens are more or intensely to attack at the woman reproductive systems. So that's all from us. Thank you.